Things are tough. People are going through a whole lot of challenges. It's not easy anywhere. But God, through His Word, has spoken to us, knowing ahead of time the seasons and times that we will be in. God enjoins us to be strong and be very courageous. In spite of the wonderful promises, in spite of the wonderful things He has written in His Word, for us to be able to experience them and change our life and live a better life and be able to fulfill destiny and purpose, we have to be strong and be very courageous in the face of adverse circumstances. God never promised us that there will not be adverse circumstances. There will be adverse circumstances. Threat of job loss, threat of sickness, threat of poverty, threat of losing loved ones, threat of tragedy. These things sometimes once in a while it shows up in life. But we must learn to be strong and be very courageous. The key word here is strong and be very courageous. In Joshua chapter 1, I'll read verse 6. Moses was talking to Joshua. He said, "Be strong and of a good courage, for unto these people thou shalt divide for an inheritance the land." Verse 7, he said again, "Only be strong and very courageous." Be strong and very courageous. Look at again in verse 9. He said, "Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage." Life is not just a cup of tea. Challenges will show up. If you are not strong and very courageous, you're not going to go over. You're not going to win. You're not going to come out victorious. In the book of Mark chapter 5, the Bible talks about the woman with the issue of blood. She has suffered for 12 years, losing blood all these 12 years, not just for 12 days, not just for 12 months, but for 12 years. But when she heard of Jesus, the Bible says she decided, if I will touch the hem of His garment, I shall be whole. But what did she do? It takes courage. It takes courage for her to get up from her bed, sick bed. It takes courage because she's very weak to push through the crowd. It takes courage. With all the smell, I believe, around her, she did not care about the stigma of people looking at her. She pushed through the crowd that were thronging Jesus. Can you imagine that? Can you beat that? A sick woman, she did not give excuse, became strengthened and lifted up herself from that dead bed, that sick bed, and moved toward Jesus to touch the hem of His garment. She was strong. She was made strong by the word she heard about Jesus. It strengthened her. And she got up and moved, pushed through the crowd, pushed through the protocol, and finally touched the hem of Jesus' garment. And she was whole. And Jesus finally spoke to her, "Daughter, be of good cheer. Your faith has made thee whole."